I noticed lately that many people ask very basic questions about Reese. When I started, the community was quite much larger, so to find how to do stuff online or on YouTube was easier, especially with Reason 4 and 5. So I'm gonna go through some of the basics that I learned through the years, and show you a little bit about Kong Drum Designer. Yeah, so what we got here is an empty plus FX template, Kong that is reset. So, and I added 3 devices to show, demonstrate some stuff to you. So, yeah, basically each pad you can load a different type of drum. So we have a nano sampler. Basically, it's a mini NNXT sampler. So you can load up to, what is it, 4 hits. And yeah, I can show you how to use it. So let's get into, let's take some hi-hats so I can demonstrate to you another technique I use. And let's pick a close hi-hat. Here. Let's take that one. Add layer. Add another one, maybe a hit that is, let's say, more open than the first one. And doesn't really matter, it's just for demonstration. Add layer. Okay. Now we'll play all these 3 simultaneously, and maybe you want that, but there's another technique I find very good, that is like, you can assign other pads to trigger one of the drum pads. So here you see, this is assigned to drum 2, but you can assign it to 1 and go to drum 3 and assign it to 1 also, and drum 4 and assign it to 1. You can't have this on the same layer, it should be on like that. Now 1, 2, 3. Choose the hit to number 2. It will trigger the number 2 here. Sample and number 3 here. And number, actually we don't have a number 4, we can just, yeah, so that's one way you can do it. And okay, let's just, for ease of sake of it, go to alternate, and we push alternate on all these. Now it will randomly. I found this very good to, like, you could record this and pick the randomness you like. Yeah, you can bounce in place. And now you have, let's make it even. Yeah, so you can randomly generate your own patterns like that if you want. Let's say you have an open hat and then push a closed hat. You can also add a mute group, which will, they will mute each other. Yeah, or you can just do this and gate it. So if you push down the decay now, you will, it will only play as long as you hold it in. So you can make them super short and get a very gatey effect. This. That's about it. And also, as usual, you can assign the mod wheel pitch to the mod wheel or decay, and Signals for the velocity. I don't use this too much, but can be good to, I guess, use a decay. If you push it harder, the more open the hi-hat will be, or if you have a very open hi-hat, if you have a very long. I find this hi-hat very good. It's very good to layer with other hi-hats, I think. You have much control over the decay is how long the tail will be. So click is the initial click sound of the hi-hat. It doesn't have any tone, I think it's just a noise. So, and here you can change the tone, you can, it's like a filter. I think it's like a ring modulator. It creates a feedback loop that kind of like create weird overtones to your hi-hat, like sounds more like alien, I guess. So if you want that more electronic sound, I think it's great for like psytrance and or trance in general, and techno too. So I think this is a great for electronic music. There are better like kick emulations, but some people use it to layer with to get the oomphiness and then get the highs from another kick. I can show you an example of that. Let's go into drum samples, bass drums. You like the highs, but you don't like the boominess of the kick. So what you can do is like put a filter on it, put it on high pass, lower the resonance depending on taste. Now we only have like the mid and highs and this. So let's link them together. We can. There are 3 link channels. We will use the D channel. And now, whatever you push, both will be triggered. To be safe, you can use another filter. Have a low pass filter on the bassy bass drum. And now, yeah. So yeah, that's basically 2 techniques. How to lay drums in Kong. Also, one other thing, you can put a bit of reverb on the high ones. You never put reverb on a bassy sound. It will just get messy really fast. Yeah, that it sounds pretty good actually. You know, it's like a more filled out bass that takes more place in the mix, I guess. And then you can put a compressor at the end like this. Another technique I can show you is to create many mix channels. So create mix channel. That's all right. And then you put the audio out 3 and 4. You can just drag 3; it will automatically drag. And then here. Let's say you want the hi-hats through another channel than the kick to master them differently. So you go to the drum you want to change the output on here, and you can drag it to whatever output you like. So output 3 and 4. Do the same with the kick, but 5 and 6 instead. You can even, if you pan them left and right, you can make mono channels too, and have up to 32 outputs if you want, but then they all will become mono. So think about that. Here's another good thing. You can make a external effect. You can also use this as an effect for another instrument, because many of these effects that are built in here doesn't come with, for example, a transient shaper. There is no other like built into Reason, so many people use that, and many people like the tape echo, because before the echo there was no digital delays is that they have no warmth or character to them. The character is very flat and or like it doesn't change the sound. So sometimes you want that, but sometimes you want a very. This is great for dubs and stuff, you know. Very commonly used in reggae and reggaeton or whatever. All right. So, is there something else I should go through? Let's see. You have the physical drums, but I don't use this too much. It's basically the same thing, but they try to mimic a real drum. Rex, and you can do. I guess I have to look that up, but I don't use that much, and I haven't seen many people use Dr. Rex, Nurse Rex, because you have the full thing with more control. Another thing you could do is, if you prefer the red drum sequencer, which I don't know why you, I guess there are reasons, but I never use it, so. But you could like gate out to gate in and do so with every channel. And now you can use, basically now you can use redrums sequencer with Kong. So in general, I think there is no reason to not use Kong unless you have a VST that is better, but I think it's a great way of organizing your sounds in drum kit. Usually I make like one for kick and snare, and one for hi-hats, and one for percussion. But yeah, I think it's a great unit. And what more is there that is useful? You can like have an empty drum module and just use a noise generator. Create a good hi-hat too, you know. Every drum here will have a use for the hit types and drum assignments. Let's say you have a hi-hat and you link it to these two. Let's reset this. And here you will have semi-open, open, semi-closed, semi-open. Let's put this and this. So now it will change the decay of that sound. So yeah, that's, I think, and also you can use a bus. It has a built-in bus channel here, and you can put. Usually, I put a room reverb here. And if you have more questions about the Kong drum designer, message me. And by the way, if you want, I wanted also to recommend, because I haven't seen many people use this. If you want more realistic approach to drums, we have this hyper sampler that Reason made with like super realistic drums. And if you want me to go through this, it also have built-in effects and compressor and all you could need. So yeah, shout out to this one. Thank you. See you next time.